Alright, welcome. We're back with Multi-Man Publishing's Standard Combat Series, North Africa. We are moving on to Scenario 2, Operation BattleAxe, which occurred approximately 1 month after Operation Brevity, which we played in the last game, which came out as a stalemate. The Brits are trying again to set up, I guess, what follows this as Operation Crusader, where finally, through a battle of attrition and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, they forced Rommel to retreat back to his start line. But this one, they didn't succeed. But let's look at the scenario here. We're in the same region, and we'll also see that the victory conditions are the same as last game. Fort Capuzzo, Sollum, both parts of Halfaya Pass. The only difference this time is there is a 15th Panzer motorized infantry unit in a fort. Looks like an anchovy to me. Smack dab on Halfaya Pass, blocking all access, well, at least to Fort Capuzzo. I think they can get to Sollum, though. So the Brits have to take all 4 for the win. The Germans have to retake and hold all 4 for the win. And anything else is a stalemate. So let's look at the starting forces here. This time, more of 15th Panzer is on the board here, and Rommel too. Outside of Bardia, in my case, we got at least 3 armored battalions, and we got 2 recon battalions, but the real defensive punch is 2 motorized infantry regiments. That's what these, wait a minute, let's see. Yeah, regiments. Can hardly make out those 3 slashes there. So these are pretty powerful. And then we got some Luftwaffe anti-aircraft guns. I believe they're 88s. And then we've got an anti-tank unit here in Sollum. So much more punch with 15th Panzer. Now let's look at the Brits. Brits have a good chunk of 7th Armored here. Yep, we still see the Matildas here. We see the infantry brigades or battalions from them. And that looks like armored cars, so they do have a punch. Can the Brits take all 4? I don't know, but can the Brits at least hold 1 by the end? That would be good. Here they have a few units. The 2 in training don't come out of training per the order of appearance until next month, so they're kind of useless. But the 4611 and the 2115 could be useful. The Czechs, if you run the numbers, probably won't get to the front in time to do this, but the 4611 and the 2115 can. And therefore, to enable them to move, I put a supply unit here. And then we have 3 supply units over here. And the Brits have Gott and Campbell to help shift the odds. So we are ready to start the game. And like I said, it starts with British activation. See that up here. And I think this is just another learning scenario. Initiative player Commonwealth. So that takes us, and just to look at there's the activations, look at the turn sequence. So when we get to a point where we actually have full turns, random events, we don't do reinforcements, the training units don't come in, initiative, the Brits would 1. The Brits could say this is an inactive turn, and if they did that, they'd lose, because they don't have any of these, okay? Which they're not going to do. Airstrike determination, we're not rolling, we know we have 4, and now we move into activation. The Brits are just going to come up with a bang and do a full activation. So that one's expended and that one's expended. And for a full activation, this is a key rule here. Let's see if they've got it down here. Each full activation requires flip 2 supply units to expended units to begin each phase, able to trace 10 hexes or less to either. That's why we put 1 back here. Are able to move. So, coming back here, the first thing the Brits are going to do, though, they've got 2 airstrikes with their full activation. And the unit they really want to get is this one. Otherwise, 18 defense is a pain, but the unit is in an anchovy fort, so +1, so instead of rolling 1, 2, 3, or 4 to disorganize 1, 2, or 3. So let's pull up the handy dandy die roller. Here it is. And we are going to roll the dice. All right. Looks like I got a 2 here. So then, this is something I didn't do the last game. If you do get a good disorganization, you roll the dice again, and on a 5 or 6, the unit loses its loses a step. I forgot to take that into effect last time. Let's see where it says that. Yeah, here we go. If the second roll is a 5 or 6 and flunk, 1 step loss. Barrage fire is choice, it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. Nope, not today. So, they have succeeded. They're going to have one more airstrike they have to use. Let me think about that one later. I'm tempted to just go for this one, because that'll slow down these 2 Panzer units at least. No effect on supply or Rommel, because at the beginning of each turn activation they can place the Rommel unit anywhere, but that's quite the counterattack punch. Alright, the Brits have finished their move, and we do see they're basically focusing on these units. They're on the one side of the escarpment. They're going to attempt to take Sollum, while all of these units are going to attempt to take advantage of this being disorganized and take this hex. And then we put some armored cars out here to kind of discourage this recon battalion for 15th Panzer going on an end run. This guy came all the way from Alexandria to also continue to discourage. Kind of blocks this road here. So we'll see how that works out. And then this unit all the way from Alexandria. Purposely put him right here so he can either respond here or respond down here, depending on what the Germans do. So it's time for the second airstrike, and it will be against Rommel here, especially the 2 Panzer battalions. This is a straight 1 to 4 because they are not in. Oh my gosh, they are in a fort. Holy smoke. Well, 1 to 3. What the heck? Let me think about this. Hold on. This guy's in a fort too. Maybe there's a better target here. No, I mean that's their main counterattack force. Let's see if we get lucky here. 1, 2, or 3, and Rommel is disorganized. Maybe not Rommel, but no. If it wasn't for that fort, they would have been, but to no avail. So we move into the combat phase, and we'll do this one. Well, I don't know. I don't want to. Let's do this one first. And the first roll we have to do, because I forgot to do this last time, is let's see if Campbell gets hurt before he even gets a chance to do a leader. He's not alone in the hex, so let's see. Got to roll 2d6. Let's see what happens to him. And survey says Campbell is okay. So we can proceed with the attack. This is 9 halved because of disorganized, but then doubled again for the fort. So it's still 9. And then if we run the odds here, got 10, 19, 24, 28 to 9 is 3 to 1 if my math is right, with a shift of 1 to 4 to 1. And down here I've got fort effects. Defense strength is doubled, can't be overrun. +1 against airstrikes and barrages, got that, no facing. So we do have a 4 to 1, and let's see, there it is. And we got 2d6, so this is a big attack. Let's see what happens. I should have paused. A1R1. Okay, hold on. All right, that's surreal. Maybe I should have used the vassal die roller. Well, since I'm my own opponent, my opponent says that's ridiculous, then I win. Go ahead and roll again. Okay. I swear If the dice gods give me another pair of snake eyes, that's what it'll be. Here we go. Best 2 out of 2. Okay, a 7. It's nice, middle of the road. D1, R2. So he's actually destroyed because he does take the 1-step loss. And then if he retreats, that's in a zone of control, so he loses another step. Okay, so got to give the Brits a chance here. Can't believe I rolled that. And then this is deleted. There is no delete. Turn to access forts. Oh, good, that's right. All right, so they did take the Halfaya Pass. D1R2 means they could advance all the way up here. Actually, well, this guy can't because he's not. The only unit that could advance all the way is an exploit unit. And why would I do that? Okay. So all of these units advance into the hex, and the setup here is with these exploit capable. They should be able to do an overrun on Fort Capuzzo. But I guess it depends on the result. Well, dang, we should have advanced one person up. Oh, this is too hard. Hold on. See, here's the problem. Got to make a big enough stack for an overrun. But if I don't put somebody here and this guy retreats, he'll go here. Which will throw off the overrun results. But I can't move this guy up here, because then by the time they're done, this guy can go party hardy through here. So, wow, too many choices. And then I have to look this up. Let's see what it says about supply units. They can retreat with their stacks normally, but the question is, can they advance with their units? I'm going to say they can, otherwise these supply units are probably going to be at 4 to 6, but yeah, 1 to 3 eliminate. That could end the British. I mean, it wasn't meant for the British. I'm kind of pushing the rules to let the British win here, because A, if that first result had taken effect, it would have been over. But we'll let them go. Let's go ahead and do that and take this one here. That's 10 to 3. 3 to 1. Nothing special there. 4 to 1 again. So let's pull up the handy dandy die roller and see what we get. Hopefully not another snake eyes. 5. That's not great. But D1 R1. D1 R1. And these guys will advance. This guy I will... Oh. Okay, let's hold that thought. 3 to 1. I didn't roll for leader loss, so I got a 5 there. So we'll hold that 5 as a combat result, but let's roll for leader loss. No. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to keep this guy back just so he's able to move or do something. Oh. I don't know. Wait a minute. If the overrun is successful, then can this guy get back down here? That's something to think about. Okay. Yeah, kind of stretch the rules, but we'll see. Let's put these guys here, hopefully. Let's see. Okay. So I may have to send him back to protect these guys. But we go to the exploit phase. This guy can't move. Only these guys. Well, this guy could move too. And this guy can move. Oh my. Okay. That actually puts us in a good, somewhat good situation. This is a down, so I think we got to be more aggressive with this guy and move him up here. And then, although this guy can still, he's got the movement to come straight through here, but it doesn't matter. This guy can move here. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'll have to look at advance after combat, but I don't think supply units can move forward in a combat advance, but if they can, that's great too. And then these guys go for the overrun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the big one. Let's see what happens. These guys all move here. And they got Campbell, and like I said, it's not 4-1 this time, unfortunately. It's 8 to 12, 21. 3 times 8 is 24. So this guy retreating here makes it a 2-1 up to 3-1. And first we roll for the leader loss. Campbell's pushing his luck. Nope, he's okay. So then we got a 3-1. And this die roll counts. Here we go. That's not bad. D1, R2. And I think the rule is, well, the strongest unit loses it. Also you have to, now, and then R2, do they really want to lose these units? They don't, so let's put them here. Now here comes the, that's a nice unit. What do I want to advance there? I don't think the Brits can hold all this, but whatever. Like Chapel, we got Sollum, so let's put 6, 5, and 3. I guess we could put the 5 and the 3 there. Leave the 6 behind. Don't know how, and we're probably going to get airstriked. Let's do that, and then this guy goes here. Oh, and I've still got this guy. Actually, can this guy get around? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he could get all the way around here. Or he could go here. Let me think about this. Alright, I think that I'm just going to put him here to block the crossroads. There is this cool optional rule. I can see recon streams have only recon and or armored car combat units, and maybe a leader, can screen voluntarily retreat at any point in the enemy's phase up to and including the announcement of combat and overrun. Can retreat up to twice per phase. I can see why you do that. These guys would slowly fall back while these guys are here. So that's a pretty cool rule there. But let's go ahead and end it. And pretty much except for the snake eyes at the first British attack, I think I'm legal with the rules. I did leave the supply units here. I don't doubt they'd advance after combat. But hopefully we can protect them from here. And the British at the moment are in possession of all 4 victory hexes, but the airstrike here against Rommel and the 15th Panzer was not successful, and I'm not holding my breath on this unit, on them being able to hold on with an 8 defense. Maybe they should have done a 9 defense, but the problem then is if they attack under here, well, yeah, they try to attack under here and slice them off. And then a later attack here. I'm not too excited about this. It doesn't look like a defensible position. This is all going to fall apart because here comes Rommel. But for a moment in time, the British have won the game. Alright, so thanks for watching. Any comments appreciated. Rules corrections. If you like, click like. And if you want to know when the next one is, click subscribe. And then we'll be back.